Hey, good morning. I know it's unusual for me to be live on here, especially when I'm outside, but this has actually been burning at me to say this in the last couple of days. So yeah, hence the topic titled constipation. But there's a real significance to this. And it goes like this. Constipation is, I think about, first of all, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this is like emotionally constipated. And so this is why I love oils, because they'll help loosen that up. That's the whole idea here, is they help loosen. And so when I think of emotional constipation, there's this rigidity, okay? And, there's a rigidity that's what blocks us, when we are not fluid in the sense of navigating life. And this is why I love oils, and any one of them will help with this. It depends on your system. It really depends on where you are emotionally. As I firmly believe, your nervous system mirrors your belief system. Not that beliefs are bad. Not that at all. Beliefs are beliefs. They have roots. And what the oils do is they help you negotiate those roots so that you can not be constipated in your reactions and really become more responsive, more fluid, adaptable, because that's the nature of nature, and that's why I love oils. They add that quality of adaptation. And for as much as I like to think that we can use them for, and this has been part of my biggest struggle, truth be told, is that when people contact me and go, I have this, I have this, I have this, and I have this, and they just want oils for the symptoms, and it tells me that I am not articulating that this is more than symptoms, that there's more happening, and why I like to do the full assessments and really get a scope on what's going on with them. So, in my case, constipation has applied to me for as long as I can remember. Literally. And I'm not talking just emotional. I've always made jokes about being born anxious. And whenever we would leave the house to go on vacation, it was a 2-week trek somewhere. By the time I was 12, I had been in every state east of the Mississippi River and had been crossing the Mississippi River. So that's how much we traveled. I love traveling, and that is something that I intend to get back into. The pandemic kind of squelched that for a little bit, but hey, you know what? We're on the way up. So at any rate, I love traveling, but now I do. Yet I was so anxious when I was a kid that my diet while traveling was prunes. I'm just being really honest with you right now. It was prunes. And then if that didn't work, I would go 2 weeks and not go, even with prunes. And then there was the enema, the infamous enema. That is a very difficult memory. And yet constipation has been a part of my life. And now when I look at this, and this is why I've created this course for aromatherapy course for anxiety, because it has many factors, it has many facets to it. And emotional constipation is a big one, because in my case, composure was everything. If I could compose myself out here, nobody would know the train wreck that was going on the inside. And when I work, a number of clients have, I talk to them a lot about their bowel movements. I do. I shouldn't say a lot. It's every single time. Not to bring discomfort in the sense of, emotional discomfort, because many people, although I will say the Amish don't seem to have a problem with that. They're less likely to talk about menopause and menstrual cycles. They're pretty willing to talk about the other. But it's part of, in other cultures, medicine, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and so forth. It really is about, that's a big factor. It's a big indication as to how your system's actually doing. So I do ask about that. And, but the reason this matters is because when it comes to, and why I say it's not just enough to go use oils to help you to emotionally regulate and become more fluid in the way you interpret and react, actually to become more responsive, to become fluid in your responses. It's more than that, because the longer this goes on, it could, energy wise, systemically wise, it could be a thyroid thing. Thyroid hormone is linked to anxiety. That's that one video, that one live I did a few weeks ago. It could be linked to anxiety. Again, if your body is not, if it's on high stress, I'm just thinking here, if your body is highly stressed and you struggle with migraines, and or you've had, you can have bouts of feeling low and then, being really, really anxious, that could be more of a serotonin thing. Because serotonin influences bowel movements. It's directly linked to IBS. So selecting oils around that. So this is why it matters. And then there's other oils that help with bowel movements. Again, anxiety, depression. When we get stuck in those moods, or those level of moods or emotional reactions, it becomes, it'll block you. And again, it depends, because, I heard somebody say not too long ago that even diarrhea is a form of constipation. And I thought that was a very interesting thing to say, but I do understand it. And so, again, there's other oils for that, that will help regulate movement so that you're not fluctuating, from really, really loose stools to too hard to move. So again, when we look at our belief system mirroring our nervous system mirroring our belief system, it ties directly into this. And the value to knowing which oils your system needs. Again, because if you open up the books, I'm going to finish by saying this, when you open the books up or the websites and you're looking for something for a bowel movement, for constipation in this case, you're going to get a list of oils. I mean, I can think of some right off the top of my head. Bergamot, bitter orange, coriander, laurel leaf, marjoram. I mean, these are just a few of the oils that actually will help with that. But what is it? Which one do you really need? And it's not just one, but which one is your system really, which several does your system actually require? So I have no idea why I was being encouraged to speak to you about constipation, but there you have it. Constipation at its finest does actually start here, no matter how you look at it. It is a head thing. And let me know if you have any questions or thoughts on that. Anyway, I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are, or night. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. Take exquisite care.